Hello there everyone, and welcome to episode 1 of From Start to Finish. This is a new series that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be trying out, and I'm interested to see if you guys like this type of thing or not. They're going to be smaller, shorter type videos that I can post during the week, and then during the weekends will still be my big videos like the Mutalist MOC Updates and the Project Nightfall videos. So essentially what this series is going to be is it'll be building a bunch of smaller scaled MOCs. So right now this build that I'm going to be doing for this episode will be 1 green base plate size, and it'll be a samurai MOC, as you can see right here. So essentially what's going to happen is I'm going to do a very similar style that I do with my other videos, where I kind of go through and talk about all the techniques and update you guys as I go along through all the building processes. But instead of doing the large MOC, it's just going to be a super small MOC like this. So hopefully it'll be something interesting that you guys can watch on the channel while you're waiting for my other videos. We're going to try it out. It's going to be essentially what the series is about. It's just a small, quick video of me going through doing updates and techniques, breakdowns and stuff like that while I build a very small MOC. So that's about it, and without any further ado, let's get started. Alright, so here's kind of the plan that I've got going on for this build. You can see in the center right here, I've got a little dueling area. That's where the main 2 samurai are going to duel. Down over here is going to be terrain leading up to the duel area, which will be probably in a little circle, and then I have a plan to put a bunch of really nice, hopefully nice and good looking trees up in the back, and then plant life. And you saw a little bit of this in the intro, but I think this is where kind of the dueling area is going to be. What I used for the ground was I connected a bunch of tank tracks, like the really small ones that you can find on like Hailfire tanks and stuff from Star Wars, and I clipped them all together and kind of put them in this oval shape. And I'm probably going to be rearranging this throughout the episode, but I wanted to show you guys kind of what exactly this design is. You can kind of rearrange them whichever way you'd like, and you can get all these cool, interesting patterns. I thought this would be an interesting one to try out. I've seen a few other builders use it very effectively, so I wanted to try and see how it would look in a samurai era MOC. So this will be the dueling pad area. Alright guys, so I've worked on the duel area here. So this is where our main samurai are going to duel, and I've kind of been working on it here. I showed you the tank tracks that I used earlier, but I've now gone in and made kind of a rectangle shape here. And here's on the side, I used a bunch of cheese slopes around the whole edge, and then angled a bunch of 1x1 bricks to give it that kind of angled circular look, and then used some tiles, reddish brown down here for the stairs, did that on all sides, and then rounded the outside with some cheese slopes down there, as you can see. And I think it just gives a really cool look. I'm happy with all the angles and the general shape of the dual kind of ring, and I think it's going to fit in very well with the rest of the MOC. Alright guys, so I actually got a lot done here in terms of the terrain. Pretty much got it all done and added a few more things here. As you can see, now the MOC is really starting to fill out and look a lot more complete as I kind of give you the quick overview here. These back 2 ones back over here, one tree, I'm planning to do a tree. One tree is going to go back there, and then in that square over there, another one's going to go in over there. And then you can also see one thing that I decided to do was add in some stone paths. So there's one samurai walking on one, we've got another one over there, another one in the back, and then another one right there as well, all kind of leading up into the main duel area. And then in terms of terrain, I went with reddish brown, dark brown, and olive green. I thought that would be a cool color scheme and unique color scheme to go with in terms of the dark brown, which I haven't really used much before, and I think it pairs really well with the olive green as well. And I think once I put the trees in, it's actually going to look really cool. So definitely very happy with it. Again, using the studded terrain, I've used that technique in the past, and I really do enjoy it quite a lot, especially from these low level angles. I think that's where the studded terrain looks the best. But now that the terrain is pretty much done and good to go, the dueling ring is looking pretty good as well. I think it's now time to move on to making some trees and putting those into the MOC. And here's the design that I went with for the trees here. For a trunk, I'm using the dark brown color once again. I think that fits fairly well with the rest of the MOC. And for the actual tree leaves, I actually decided to use a color, I don't know what exactly it's called. I think it's like lavender. It's like a super light purplish color. I had a lot of these and I haven't used them before, and I've been really wanting to use them. And I think this will work really well with this samurai MOC. I think this color will look really good in it. And essentially I just kind of stacked a bunch of them on top of each other and made some branches and kind of angled them to create kind of this like canopy thing. And then the actual tree is built on a flex tube, so I can kind of angle the tree and bend the tree whichever way I kind of want for the MOC. Here is a look at the branches. Again, I kind of stacked a bunch of these tree leaf pieces on top of each other. And then for the actual branch here itself, this is probably going to be considered an illegal technique, but essentially I've got two clips right there, and you can see how I've got them attached to each other, so that way it can kind of angle like this, and then this dark brown piece is what attaches to the tree like that. But since I've got these two kind of clips connected like that, it can really angle up or down as much as I want for the tree. So there's a quick look at the design that I used. Alright guys, so I have now put the trees into the correct positions where I kind of had imagined them, and here is what we are looking at. So those two trees there on the side kind of overhanging some of the actual dueling area here with the leaves. Alright guys, so as you can see, I decided to cover up all the green patches of the MOC and just make the green spots that were left connect to the path. So now the path goes almost all the way. It looks like it pretty much goes around the whole duel area, and then so the duel area is surrounded by the path, and then the path is surrounded by the terrain. I think this was a good choice because the green was just kind of weird that it was just there by itself, and I think the path looks a lot better there instead of the green. So with that, the MOC is pretty much done, guys. So the only thing left to do now would just be setting up the minifigures here, and I'll kind of I'll set those up, and then I'll show you guys one last look with all the figures here. But this is kind of it, the MOC, in terms of just like small building details that I'm going to add in. Very happy with it. I think this looks really, really pretty. Definitely happy with the way this is looking like so far. The trees really are it's really popping the MOC. I think the trees are a big part of that. So yep, here's what we got so far. Hope you guys like it. I'm going to go ahead and set up some figures, and then we'll close out the video. Alright guys, so I've set up all the figures here that I have for Samurai guys. I'm trying not to overcrowd the MOC too much, but I wanted to make sure to fill up a lot of the spots here. So like I mentioned earlier, we've got the black team versus the red team here in an epic face-off battle. So I actually am planning on doing a cinematic kind of showcase video as well, where I do some pictures and like slideshow stuff and video. And I'll probably reset a couple of the figures for that, but this was just a quick go through where I was kind of setting up all the figures, trying to see what you can do with these type of figures, because I've never set up figures like this before, really. I've always just done Star Wars, clone troopers or stormtroopers, so it was interesting to do more melee combat stuff here. So here, I'll just go through a quick rundown, and then we'll kind of close out the video. Right here, we've got a samurai who's stabbing this one guy on the right as he's trying to crawl away, and then he's also facing off against another guy. So this guy's kind of the more badass guy in the group. He's got two swords, and he's going at everybody with his two swords, which is pretty cool. And then down over here was something I wanted to include. You see this a lot in a lot of samurai things. Kind of the beheading of their enemies. They would do that all the time. So wanted to include that over here. And then, of course, in the middle, we've got our two main head samurai who are facing off 1v1 in the main duel area. We'll see who's going to win. You guys can take your votes if you want in the comment section below, Team Red or Team Black. Just let me know which one you guys think will win in this duel. And over here on the left side of the MOC, we've got a guy with a bow and arrow shooting this guy right there, and I kind of put a piece in there. If you can kind of tell that brown piece there in his back to make it look like the bow and arrow guy kind of shot at him, so that was something I wanted to try to include. And then over here we've got spearmen kind of taking out one guy over here, and then back here we've got a guy who's kind of jumping up with a spear, and in midair as he's getting ready to jump, he is kind of stabbing this guy right here. So I thought that was really cool. I was able to position the head again to make it look like he's kind of getting impaled there in the chest. Alright, so there is our battlefield here, and again you'll get a kind of a better showcase look at these guys in the kind of small showcase video that'll probably be like a minute long that I want to plan on doing here in a little bit. And then you'll also see how I'm going to plan to implement that background as kind of like a sunset thing for the backdrop. That should be pretty cool. But yep, wanted to show you guys this quick thing, and the figures are all set up. Battle is about to begin, so it looks pretty epic, and we'll go ahead and go to the outro. Alright guys, that's going to do it for episode 1 of building a MOC from start to finish, and this was the Samurai one. This was kind of a trial and error type thing. I wanted to kind of see what this series would look like, so I hope you guys did enjoy this kind of smaller run through of a MOC. Definitely looking for ways to improve this series, so definitely let me know in the comment section below what you thought of the MOC in general, and what do you think about this kind of idea for a series. Is this something you guys want to see as kind of a new series as well, where I kind of do these offshoot small mini MOCs and kind of do a quick MOC update for that video? If so, let me know in the comment section below what kind of theme you want me to do next. I kind of want to explore different themes for this mini-series, but of course I'm open to doing Star Wars still as well. But anything, if you guys have any cool ideas of a small mini MOC that you think would be cool for me to do, put those in the comment section below, and I'll kind of read through those and see if there's any cool ideas in what might be a fun episode for the next one. So yeah, just wanted to do this quick video for this new series. Hope you guys did enjoy, and as always, leave your feedback in the comment section below. Hope you guys have a great day, and may the Force be with you always. Yeah, I guess I just naturally did may the Force be with you, even though it's not a Star Wars video, but I think it works. Alright, see you guys later. Force be with you.